Thank you. Oh, you shouldn't have. Well, listen, my name is Taria Vision Avant. This is another edition of the Vision Impact Hour. How you doing? Listen, go ahead and drop me something in the chat space right now. I'm looking over here. Let me know what city and state you guys are chiming in from. Where are you guys pulling up on me? You might even be in another country. Now, let me just go ahead and make a disclosure, baby. You see this? I got me some coffee over here because I might cough in your ear. And so I just want to apologize if I cough in your ear. The reason why I want to apologize if I cough in your ears because, baby, I am getting over this little itchy right there. There it is, right? Anybody else had a little scratch, itchy, like just battling some health or wellness? As soon as the weather changes, it's like, Lord. And then, you know, we got these allergies, which that reminds me, I did not take my allergy medicine today. Lord, let me tell you. So, baby, I might be a little coughing in y'all ear. I apologize. Listen, the show got to go on, right? We got to keep the show going. We got to keep this thing moving. But this is the Vision Impact Hour, and this show is all about being able to bring individuals, men and women, who are impacting the world with their words. Yes, you've heard that. They're impacting the world with their words. And so while I open up this cough drop, I also want to let you guys know where you can find us. So, E360 TV, okay? This is so ghetto because I'm going to be smacking in y'all ear. I'm going to try my best not to smack in y'all ear, but you know what I'm saying? Write in the comments. Come on, y'all. Give a sister some love. Let me know. Do y'all feel a sister's pain? Because, baby, anywho, the network that we're on is called E360 TV, and you can find us on the Trajectory Network or Trajectory TV. So this is where you go, E360 TV. Search that anywhere. It'll pull up the website, and then you're going to search for Trajectory TV. Yes, darling. So you see that logo? You see the image? That's where you can find the Vision Impact Hour. We're talking about millions of downloads to this network every single month. So listen, if you want to be on the show, it's very easy to do. All you need to go is to thevisionimpacttv.com or thevisionimpacttvshow.com. I'll put the right link on y'all. It's new, but we're getting it together. Or just search Book Profits Club because it is put together by the Book Profits Club. But the Vision Impact Hour is a show dedicated to highlight speakers, coaches, and authors who are impacting the world with their words. Well, listen, y'all, I'm going to get straight into it because we have our very first speaker. This is a pop-up workshop that we do every single month in Atlanta, Georgia. The pop-up workshop is open to individuals that want to come and speak. Now, we only now make them available to BPC members. So you have to be a part of Book Profits Club to come and speak at one of the pop-up workshops. But these are opportunities that we provide to you guys that join our membership to be able to get on more stages, to be able to get more leads, to be able to get more sales. Well, honey, the young lady that I am going to bring onto the stage is doing some dynamic things. Matter of fact, let me just pull up her picture real quick so y'all can see. Y'all see this beautiful young lady, Takara Nicole. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about Takara, okay, before we get into her talk. First of all, Takara Nicole has 2 decades. She don't even look old enough to have 2 decades of anything, of a profound experience and expertise in ministry, leadership training, nonprofits, beauty and business industry, and business management. Takara Nicole is a seasoned professional recognized for her exceptional ability to empower individuals to reach their full potential. And her wealth of knowledge extends to business management, project management, leadership training, and leadership coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you this young lady who is just absolutely doing some incredible things. Her name, y'all ready? Her name, again, is none other than Takara Nicole. Let's bring her to the stage.
So sometimes you have to ask yourself, what happened in the process of the knowledge and the execution? Where did I lose that motivation? Because all of you guys are going to be, you're motivated. You know, you stood up and you said, I learned so much and, you know, I'm ready to go. And when you go home, you do nothing. You've been saying the same thing for the last 5 years. That I'm going to write the book. I'm going to start the business. Going to start the ministry. I'm going to have the mentor group. I'm going to do all of these things. And year after year after year after year, guess what? You do nothing. And so we have to figure out, why am I not motivated, right? Why am I not motivated to do the thing I know I'm supposed to do? Because a lot of us know I was born for this. I was born for my business. I was born for my ministry. I was born for my book. I was born to do what I know I'm supposed to do. But why is it so hard for me to execute? So you know what they call me? They call me the execution coach. Because it's my job to make sure that, like she said, you birth your baby. But I want to talk about 4 things, okay? 4 things, right? 4 things that will help you along your journey of being motivated. And the 4 things are barriers, behaviors, blueprint, and build. You have to identify the barriers that help you to change your behaviors so that you can create a blueprint to build. Okay? So you have to identify your barriers, okay, that help you to change your behaviors so that you can create a blueprint to build. And so let's talk about, what is a barrier? Some of the ladies, they've kind of got up already and they talked about barriers, right? Hindrances, blockages. Something that all of us have, all of us face things every single day. A lady, she was out there and she said, you know, I've been wanting to do something, but I stopped because life has lifed me. Am I the only one? Life has lifed me. Right? Things have happened in my life that I'm like, I never thought in a million years that would happen to me. And what happens? It stifles our motivation. Because now I no longer believe that this thing is possible. I grew up, I had vision for my life. I'm like, I know what I want to do, but then I have a baby. I got vision for my life, then I get injured. And what happens? The vision ceases. I'm no longer motivated to do the thing that I said I was going to do. So that is a barrier. So we have self-doubt, right? I don't believe in myself. We have trauma, like I talked about, different things that have transpired. And then the one that I think about the most is the fear of failing. And when I coach my clients, you know what I tell them? Some of you have fears because of other people's fears. My mama couldn't do it. My daddy couldn't do it. My grandmama said it wasn't possible. My granddaddy said it wasn't possible. And so their fear has now become my fear. So now I'm afraid. So I know what I want to do, but I lack the motivation to do it because I am afraid that I'm going to fail. That's a barrier. And so because we have these barriers, you know what happens? They are the things that shape your behaviors. So if I have a barrier of trauma, my behavior will reflect my trauma. And so I know, like, I want to write this book, but I'm afraid that nobody wants to hear me. And so sometimes I pick the book up and I write, and sometimes I don't. That's behavior, right? That's something that it's the things that you do every day. It's your habits. And so my habits, my behaviors have been shaped by my barriers. And so I really want to do it. I do. But my trauma has hindered me. And so that's why I say the first thing first is you got to get your mind right. You got to condition your mind out of what you were in. Sometimes it takes therapy, right? I got to go see a therapist to help me work through these things so that I get my motivation back to achieve what it is I said I wanted to do. So we talked about barriers, right? We talked about the behaviors, and let's talk about blueprint. Blueprint is what sets the tone for everything that you do. You know what drives me crazy sometimes is people tell me, you know, I want to do this. And I say, well, where's your business plan? What's the plan? Where are you going? I love Miles Monroe, right? And Miles Monroe, he talks about how we try to construct something without a blueprint. I don't know the things that may cause me to go off that are going to keep me steadfast. So I got to understand what my barriers and my behaviors are. And so I'm building this blueprint, right? I'm building my plan. I'm building and constructing. And so many people are not motivated because you ain't got no plan. You know what I like to tell people? There is peace and preparation. Say it with me. There is peace and preparation. Some of y'all ain't got no peace. I'm going to say ain't got no peace in your mind. You know why? Because you're not prepared. You didn't prepare for it. You said, you know what? I want to write the book, but did you sit down? Did you strategize? Did you say, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this? You didn't. During the pandemic, I had a lot of people, and they're like, I want to start a business. I was like, okay, all right. Well, did you do your research? No, but did you buy any of the clothes from the manufacturers so that you could see if it's good quality? No, because I really didn't have the money. So then when the clothes came in, guess what? They were a mess. She says, I can't sell this. Now you ain't got no peace. You know why? Because you didn't prepare. Copying somebody else and trying to do what they do, you're going to always be one step behind. But I promise you, if you learn how to be authentic, you'll always be one step ahead. If you learn how to be yourself, you're always going to be one step ahead. And that's what the world needs. We need authenticity. They don't need another person that looks like and sounds like and dresses like somebody else. But they need you. They need your program that you created. And so we've identified our barriers. We've identified our behaviors. We've talked about the blueprint, which lets us know where we're going. And that's my map. I know life is going to happen, right? Because I tell my clients, you have to be disciplined enough to stick to the plan, but you got to be flexible enough to know when it's time to pivot. Okay? You got to be disciplined enough to stick with the plan, but you have to be flexible enough to know when it's time to pivot. And many businesses died in COVID. You know why? Because they didn't know how to pivot. They were stuck in what they were stuck in. And so once we understand what that plan looks like, then we get to the part that everybody loves, and that's the building phase. That's the execution phase. That's when we walk out all the things that we set out to do in the blueprint. Because I've identified my barriers. You know, I've changed my behaviors. I've created the blueprint, and now it's time to build. But the only way you're going to be motivated to build is if you're able to acknowledge the things that are keeping you from building. I know in our mind right now, we can think about what is that one thing that is keeping me from being a millionaire? It's in me. I got that $1 million idea. I know it. But what is the thing? Because some of us, we're not motivated to post content, so nobody knows you're here. Now, you can be on social media for hours and scroll, but you can't post content. And so sometimes it's not a matter of you don't have it. What did I say in the beginning? You coursed it out, class out, information out, but guess what? You lack the discipline to follow through. And sometimes you got to sit down and do a good assessment with self. And scrolling on Facebook is not going to cut it. Going out with friends every day is not going to cut it. I like to talk to people, and I talk about, buying a house, right? And so you get people and they say, I'm ready to buy a house. I say, okay, how much does it cost? You don't know. Do you have a savings? No. Do you know where you want to live? No. You're not prepared. Don't keep telling me what you want to do, but there's no plan that says how we're going to get there. If you have not done the research that says how you're going to get there. So that's why I can tell my clients, there's peace and preparation. Identify the things, identify the hindrances. Because what you do after you identify them is that you set up, I like to say, boundaries. You create the boundary so that you can accomplish the goal. And so, for example, if I'm dealing with someone that's working through their healing, right? Sometimes it means you got to turn the phone off. You got to block people, right? Because I'm trying to get somewhere. Anybody trying to get somewhere? And so because you're trying to get somewhere, it means I got to do everything that I can to set myself up to be successful. And so today, when you guys leave here, just don't allow this to be notes in your phone that you wrote down, but go back and activate the tools you've been given. You've been given valuable information. Make sure you go back and reach out to some of these coaches. I was telling somebody earlier, every coach needs a coach. Most of you in here are coaches. Most of you in here are business owners, but you can't do it by yourself. Because I tell my clients, as a coach, I see what you don't see. So it's nothing wrong with going to get somebody that has the ability to see what you don't see. That has the ability, sometimes the accountability part is your weakness. So in order for me to stay motivated, I need somebody that's going to hold my feet to the fire and be like, Takara, where you at today? Did you put out what you said you was going to put out? Did you do what you said that you were going to do? Because if it's not something that's in you, right, then you have to create it so it becomes a part of you. If you know if you know that sometimes you struggle with certain things, find somebody that can balance you, that will help push you. But don't let this be another day that this is just information. But go home and activate. Take it in small steps. Sometimes we just try to do too much at one time. It's too big. You got to break that thing down into small pieces. Tackle it one thing at a time. That's like with losing weight, right? Who want to lose weight? Anybody in here? Struggling? That's the number one thing, right? Oh, we just want to lose weight. But what are your barriers? Sometimes we got fear of failing. Sometimes we don't have the resources. Sometimes we have the lack of support. What are our behaviors? Bad habits. We eat at night. We're always eating out. We don't have portion control. But then what's the blueprint? I wake up at 7 a.m., or you may say, I'm going to start out walking 3 days out of a week. You may say, I'm going to stop eating after 7. And then the next phase is you activate it. Y'all see how I just showed y'all how to do that? You identified your barriers. What is keeping me from losing weight? What are the behaviors of why I can't lose weight? Because sometimes the behavior of losing weight is how you grew up, right? I'm used to packing my plate down. So I don't understand portion control. So what does that mean? I got to unlearn some things in order for me to see it through. So you identify your behaviors so that you can identify your barriers so that you can change your behaviors so that you can create a blueprint to build. I'm Takara Nicole, and that is my talk.
Hey y'all, it's Deanna Jean, your collab queen, and experts come to me when they are ready to enhance their visibility, their impact, and their revenue. But the experts that I work with, they want to do that by collaborating with other experts, and we do that in our Success Tribe. Sound like your jam? You want to go ahead and join us in our Success Tribe group? Just go to thesuccesstribe.com, and we can't wait to see you there.
Step into the vivid streets of innovation with Blue Impressions Publishing. We're the pros in creating books with purpose, helping authors, coaches, and consultants to actualize their dreams. From custom coloring books that speak to your clients, to workbooks that set off fresh concepts, and self-help books that navigate your personal journey. Fire up your creativity and increase your income with Blue Impressions. Find out more at yourartisticexpressions.com, where words and art meet.
At Tanyel Miller Fitness, we are firm believers in healthy living from the inside out. Our team of experts is dedicated to helping moms and caregivers evolve into the best version of themselves. With a master certified personal trainer, a certified nutritional coach with a medical background, a licensed clinical social worker, and an accountability coach, we provide holistic support to help women drastically decrease depression, build confidence, and prioritize their health and well-being. Our goal is to help you transform your body, mind, and mood so you can reclaim your happiness and thrive. Discover the power of fitness from the inside out. Find out more at fitbytm.com.
Takara Nicole. I'm calling her Takara. I got too many. Takara, forgive me. But y'all, wasn't she powerful? Wasn't she amazing? Y'all make sure to go and hit her up. Go to her website, TakaraNicole.com. You can check out her programs. Follow her on social. The gram is I am TakaraNicole.com. Make sure you plug in because, baby, that was a powerhouse talk. She got me together. Get me together, Takara. Okay. Get me together. Okay. Because let me tell you something. She was talking about the weight, baby. I have hit my 40 plus age. I'm over 40 now, a couple of years, few years. And they talk to us about this weight loss thing. Like once you hit a certain age, baby, it's just not as easy. You can't just get up and go and eat what you want to. Baby, this thing is not cute. I've got something they call Dunlap. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the symptoms, but in Dunlap, and I don't know if anybody can relate, type in the chat. If you can relate to Dunlap, let me know. But Dunlap is when your stomach done lapped over your pants. And I ain't got time for that. Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, sir. I do not got time for that. So listen, I'm trying to work it out. Not trying. I am. I got a game plan, Takara. I'm listening to you, girl. I got a game plan. Okay. And this right here is one of the game plans. So this ain't just regular coffee. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I used to sell this coffee back in the day when I was in my coffee days. But it's healthy for you. Because I love coffee. And so I can't give it up. So if I can't give it up, we got to find healthy alternatives. And that stuff tastes good. Like real, real good. Okay, well, let's see what these commercials they playing. Oh, no, child. This is ghetto. Technology be ghettoing. I promise you it'd be ghettoing. But, you know, it is what it is. We got to make it do what it do. So listen. So now what I want to do, though, is while we try to figure out what's going on with that, I ain't about to trip off of that. I do want to introduce you to our author all-stars. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The Author All-Stars Conference is coming to Atlanta, Georgia, December the 6th. And we have like 5 tickets that you could purchase, okay? Because like they're almost sold out. So this event is going to be amazing. If you go to authorallstars.com, matter of fact, I'll just show you the website. If you go to www.authorallstars.com, it'll take you to the site. This is what it looks like. This is, again, where you can see all of our amazing speakers. So we have tons of speakers that are here. These are our Author All-Stars. And also, if you want to book a speaker for your next event, just simply click on speakers. It'll take you to everybody. But Author All-Stars, this is where you can see our magazine from last year right here. So you see, this is our amazing magazine. And then if you want to get your ticket for this year, you can simply click here or hover over here and go to get your ticket. And again, as I was stating, it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. The conference location is going to be, hold on. Well, this is the host hotel. So this is not where the event is. This is where the host hotel is. We are going to be in Stone Mountain. And so the location is amazing. We'll be adding that, but literally we have about 5 tickets left. We'll also be having a tentative networking event on December the 5th. We'll let you guys know about that for those of you who are flying in early. And so here's some of our keynote speakers: Lena Payton Webb, Evangelist Bertha Winston, Deshonda Dennings, and we have more to name. So again, as I was just saying, because I know y'all was in the chat like, Taria, we can't see it. My bad. Go and get your ticket. So go to authorallstars.com, authorallstars, that's with an S.com, so that you can get your ticket and be there. We only have like 5, so they will be sold out quickly, but we can't wait for you to come. The dinner is going to be amazing. We're going to have the top chefs in the building. I mean, lavish gifts. We are going to hook. It's going to be nice. And it is black tie. So come dressed to impress. Okay. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and introduce you to 2 of our Author All-Stars that we are highlighting. First, I'm going to bring up a gentleman of the hour, none other than the Mr. Hold on one second. Y'all, come on. Drum roll, drum roll. John C. Porter Jr. So here is John Porter, guys. He is just doing some incredible things. Matter of fact, let me read it for you. John Porter is a product of Detroit, Michigan, and Gary, Indiana, a graduate of Fort Valley State University, and a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. John is a highly sought after motivational speaker that recently retired after 22 years of the law enforcement experience. He is a best-selling author that has published 4 books. This is why he's an author all-star. And he is also a certified life and relationship coach. John inspires everyone he comes in contact with and loves engaging with young people, small and large groups, and corporate entities to amplify their authenticity and help them find their superpower. He empowers them to become the best versions of themselves. John is also the author of 12 P's of Dating, 12 P's of Dating for Young Adults, Mending the Broken Soul, and the #1 best-selling Conquering the Cave. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for John to be one of our top 20 authors of the year by going to authorallstars.com/vote. authorallstars.com/vote. And now I want to present to you none other than Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd. So let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Rhonda. Well, first of all, Flow with Rhonda Consulting Firm empowers high-achieving women to create, maintain, and pass on generational wealth with their families. Under the leadership of Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd, the firm equips clients with essential tools for financial success and debt freedom with realizing their dreams. A passionate advocate for financial literacy, Dr. Boyd also leads the Passion to Pay Project P3, focusing on entrepreneurship and economic empowerment in underserved communities. Through her work, she emphasizes the importance of engaging children in financial education, fostering teamwork, and promoting communication to establishing a legacy of wealth that spans generations beyond. Dr. Boyd's expertise as a debt elimination specialist and real estate investor further enriches the financial journey of families she serves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up. Make sure if you want to vote for either John C. Porter or Dr. Rhonda Stinson Boyd, make sure that you guys go over to authorallstars.com/vote. Vote for them. We'll be voting until we get close up to until the end of November, technically. Okay. So vote, guys. This is going to be an incredible event. Well, listen, I am just so thrilled and so excited because I'm trying to pull up the little pop-up so y'all can see it, child, because, I want, what's going on right here with my watch? See, I have IDD. By the way, I have a deficit challenge. Okay, it's called IDD, Inspired Deficit Disorder. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's a real thing, and it really affects me. Okay, so it's called Inspired Deficit Disorder. Anything that is inspirational, it will throw me off. People call it ADHD, but child, I've become very true into my identity. And at the end of the day, people make up all type of ailments anyway. So I made up mine, and it's called Inspired. It just sounds better to me. Inspired Deficit Disorder. I have a little challenge of easily being inspired. And so I got to stay focused, right? So this is what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to try to figure this thing out. But in the process of me figuring this out, guess what? We're going to talk a little bit about this incredible movement that we are doing here with the Book Profits Club. So matter of fact, what I'll do is I want to go ahead and show you the website, and I would love for you guys to participate and join us by going to www.thebookprofitsclub.com. So guys, I have been in the coaching space now for over 10 plus years. In fact, I became a coach really in 2009 when I got into the home-based business industry. I did that for several years. In 2015, I decided to become a full-time coach of my own company. And we launched that with the mission of being able to show speakers and coaches how to use a book to grow their business. And so Book Profits Club was formed because one thing that I have come to learn is that there's so many authors. This is why we have platforms like the Vision Impact Hour. This is why we have the Author All-Stars magazine and more that we're doing, because so many authors are birthing these amazing books, but they're not getting the recognition. They're not getting the sales they deserve. So Book Profits Club, if you go to thebookprofitsclub.com, you'll be able to go right here and register for a free training that's going to show you guys how to use your book to build a business and also to get on more stages. Okay. It is so important, guys, that we get our books in front of people. We want to make sure that we are presenting ourselves as much as we possibly can. The worst thing that you could do is have a book that's just on somebody else's third-party website where nobody knows about your book, nobody's buying your book, nobody is being impacted. See, we wrote these books because our goal was to change lives, and you cannot change lives if no one is reading your book. So if you are an author or a future author, if you're a speaker or a coach, first of all, do me a favor, drop your information in the chat right now. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know what it is that you guys do. Let me know what kind of business you're in. If you are a speaker, what do you speak about? If you're a coach, what do you coach about? How do you help people? But also, if you're an author, drop your author information in there. Now, I'm going to encourage you guys, if you are an author, guys, you need to start selling your book on your own website. I'm saying that because I already know that majority of most authors are using third-party distribution companies. It's like, just like in the music industry where we want to have a distribution deal. We want to have a distribution deal, right? But the challenge with having distribution deals, especially if you're doing this to build up a coaching or speaking business, is you lose leads and you lose profits. They take a big amount of your money. And so the goal is, if you are a self-published author, should be to sell books to get leads. And you use those leads to offer more value to the marketplace. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you guys, those who are Book Profits Club members, we already have templates available for you, an entire software that will help you to sell your books on your own. You don't have to try to figure all this stuff out. We are here to assist. And I almost did good. Y'all almost did good, right? Okay, let me see y'all in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna put some of you guys on the screen, so make sure to include your website. I almost did good. But baby, the cough came in. But yes, guys, list your stuff on your site. Okay, so listen, that's important, guys. It is so important that you understand the value in that. It's so important that you understand that you truly must be able to list your stuff, sell it yourself, get your leads, and be able to follow up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut to some commercials. I'm just going to have to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. So let's cut to a couple of commercials and we'll be right back. Uncover the secret to running a successful family childcare business with Deshonda Jennings. Her unique approach intertwines early childhood education with faith and compassion, creating a nurturing environment for our future leaders. Deshonda doesn't just stop there. She's also empowering fellow providers through her innovative childcare coaching methods. Featured in influential outlets like Soigné and Swank, We Empower, and more, her impact is widely recognized. So if you are an aspiring childcare provider seeking to learn how to build a successful business, make sure that you reach out to Deshonda today. Go to her free resource, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com, where you can download her ebook that's going to teach you the mistakes that people typically make when starting a childcare business. Again, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com. We will see you there.
Hey, future business rock stars. I'm Peggy Adrian, and I am with Leaders for Life Consulting, and I am here to help you transform your solopreneur journey or small business into a revenue powerhouse. If you're ready to crush the bottlenecks, create some actionable items, and elevate your business to where you've always dreamed of, you're in the right place. With my proven strategies, personalized guidance, we will unlock the potential and get you to new heights of success.
All right, guys, so we're back, and now we're talking about as real as it gets. So let's get into this segment.
Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it?
Okay, so what I want to talk about today, y'all, is I don't know. I don't even know what I want to talk about yet, right? And so this is the problem. When you have attention challenges, it is very difficult. You know what? I know what I'm going to talk about now. When you have attention challenges, it can be very difficult to really be able to just kind of free ball it unless you are talking about a topic that you know about. One thing I will say is that, with me speaking on stages now for several years, a lot of times people assume that, I'm just very outgoing and an extrovert and I've got it perfectly down packed. But the truth is, guys, is I believe in proper preparation. In fact, that's what Takara said. She said, if you want to eliminate fear, you got to prepare, right? That's what she said on the Power Talk. And one thing I can tell you, the truth is that I have become an expert in the space of leveraging books, marketing your books, getting on stages. Truly believe, I believe it and I know it, that I am the expert in that space. And because I'm an expert in that space, I can talk about different topics on that all day long. But because I also know that I have attention challenges, that means I'm easily diverted. I know that whenever I'm doing like a prepared presentation, it's got to be outlined. So there's different things that I do so that I can stay on track. And so if anybody here can relate, let's talk about, some of the challenges that we have. And I don't know about you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, or am I? But I do believe that a lot of the reasons why we have, y'all let me know what y'all think. The reasons why we have difficulties focusing a lot of times is because of the foods that we're eating, the medicines that we take. That's why I try not to take medicines, but sometimes you just have to. Just what's going on in the world. We're overwhelmed, over inundated with so much information that it makes it difficult to focus. Every time we turn around, it's always something else that we need to be focusing on, looking at, doing, and da. It's a lot. And so with that, guess what happens? You have challenges with your attention. And so I've heard more adults than ever say that they have challenges with ADHD or an inspired deficit disorder, IDD, right? And for me, one of the ways that helps me, and I'm going to be honest, it's not perfect. In fact, the reason why I could be very quick to come up with ideas and be here and be there, I'll do giveaways and sometimes forget. No, y'all just got to remind me if like y'all want something, right? Is because my attention. And so I've had to learn to strengthen myself in areas where I'm weak, right? And this is what I want to encourage you guys, because if you do suffer from that, it can be very difficult to run a business. For now, it'll be 10 years for us. There's no way that if I was to just lean on my own understanding, that I would be able to run a business that has done multiple six figures for 10 plus years, right? But the way that I've been able to do that is I have been able to find people who are stronger where I am weak. I have learned how to compartmentalize areas in my business where I may not be the best. For example, setting appointments. So for me, and people get offended sometimes, which is crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. But a lot of times I don't just do, hey, let's get on the phone call real quick and talk about business. I can't do that. I can't do that because for me, and anybody, and if you guys can relate, let me know in the chat. I can't do that because I have to make sure that any kind of conversation I have, because I could be all over the place, it needs to be documented. So I want to have it on my calendar. I want to be able to take the notes from the call and put that on the calendar as so the replay. I want to be able to make sure that everything that I do, especially if it is designed to change someone's life. So if it's a partnership, if it's collaboration, all types of stuff, if it's talking to a potential customer or client or anything, I need to have all of that on calendar. I don't just do calls out the whim. This is why I don't just give people my phone number anymore either. And it's no disrespect. It's because the way that I have to operate my business, it has to be structured. Otherwise, I would never get anything done. So for appointments, I'm always big on, hey, let me connect you with my assistant. And sometimes people take offense to it, and it is what it is. But this is what allows me to build a business, to have structure, and to not be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I'm really good at is, I love doing a lot of stuff. And so how many of you guys have ever suffered from the syndrome of, I can do it all, or I will do it all? Hello, anybody know what I'm talking about? Type it in the chat, because I definitely was one who would be that girl. Like, I'd try to do everything. And I do know how to do a lot of stuff, which I think is important. I think it's important that you have an understanding of how to accomplish the things that you offer in your business. Like I've done book publishing before. I think it's weird to be a publisher and you don't know how to edit manuscripts, you don't know how to create covers, you don't know how to form, like you don't know how to do all that stuff. It doesn't make sense to me. You can't be someone who does graphics for people and you don't know how to do graphics, right? You can't be a web designer. You don't know how to, not to say that you have to do that, but you need to know how to. So for me, because I am very knowledgeable in different areas when it comes to my business, for a long time, it was me doing all the work. But I realized that it took away from me being able to market my business. So I've had to be able to create opportunities for other people to do it. And knowing that when I outsource that work, it's not going to always be perfect. It's not going to be exactly the way that I love it, right? But I want to make sure it's good enough, right? Good enough. And so for me, because I have the Inspired Deficit Disorder Challenge, a lot of times if I come up with an idea or if it's a new flyer or new something I want to do, I have to relay it to my staff. I have to make sure that my staff knows it, and so that I don't get thrown off. Oh, Taria, but you remember you did XYZ. If I come up with a new giveaway, I got to tell my executive assistant. If I come up with anything, I got to make sure that I lean on the people that I have hired to help me stay on the straight and narrow. And so what is the solution? If you are someone like me, right? If you're someone like me and you just come up with so many different ideas, you're creative, you have some attention challenges, right? You got to have some people that you have hired or that can be accountable to you to make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow path, to stay focused. You know, I'm very careful about what I listen to. I don't like to listen to a lot of other people. I don't listen to anybody else who does what I do for that reason. Not because I don't respect them, because I don't appreciate them, for the fact that I could easily get thrown off of what I said I was doing, right? The only people that I listen to the most are, number one, my coach and my clients. I pay attention to what my clients are wanting, what they're needing, and in that, I do my best to adjust and create those resources available to them. So hopefully this was, empowering for someone. If you have those challenges just like I do, then make sure, get you a team member, get you an executive assistant, first of all, somebody who has worked with other people before that can keep you on track. And any ideas you have, you relay it to them so that then they can come back to you and make sure that it makes sense, right? All right, y'all. Well, look, that's my edition of As Real as It Gets. We're going to have more conversations, though. So as you can see, this setup is for my setup for the show, for As Real as It Gets segment. So we're excited about that because very soon we're going to start recording for that, and it's going to be a kick. It's going to actually be sponsored by our nonprofit organization, Urban CEO, which stands for Unapologetic, Real Bold, Action-Oriented, and Non-Conforming. Takara, John, and Rhonda, thank you so much for being a part of this edition of the Vision Impact Hour. My name is Taria Vision Avant. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, and I can't wait to see you guys on our next show, airing Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We air every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for chatting in the chat, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next show. Deuces.